I always find that badly spaced lettering makes my brain itch a bit. G'day, I'm Sharon and welcome. A couple of weeks ago I had a comment from Brenda PP64 who said, I always find it hard to get proper spacing under each other. Let's see if I can help a bit today. I'm in my home screen, and as with all of the Janome machines, I've got lettering, I've got the edit screen, and I've got the designs that are built into the machine. Always have those three things available to you. If I want to do lines of text, I go into edit. And this is a fairly big hoop, but that's fine. One of the first things to know is that it is much better to put your lettering together in the edit screen rather than trying to move things around afterwards. Put it all together in the one place and you can usually do a better job of it. We're now going to go back to the home screen and into the lettering. The first thing I'm going to do, I am looking at medium lettering at the moment. I am going to do an entire row of letter A. There it is. When the machine puts it in, it actually puts it right on top of the centre line, and I put in as many as I could, so it's going across the entire screen. Now you can see that that fits within two of these squares. If I copy it and move up 2 squares and do the same again, copy and move that one up 2 squares, you can see that I can line them all up easily, and in fact it is very easy if you are doing block capital letters to work out where you want things to go. There is a problem, however, when you've got lowercase letters involved. So I've put these 2 apart. Let's go and get a slightly different one. So go back to the home screen. I'm going to come in here and now I'm going to do a lowercase g. And there are, of course, 5 letters like the G that go beneath the line. So when we look at this one, you can see the G there. You can see that the square around my row of letters actually extends below that original line. And if I go up here and I put it on the line, it's wrong. It's not going to fit in with everything else, because the next one, if I did another copy here, the next one should be here. Those two are intertwining because that G is lower. I can move that and take it down so the A's are on the line, but then I've got the G hitting into the line below. Obviously, I can't do this lettering this close. It will either push things out and make them too high, or will have things intertwining. So what do I need to do? I'm going to move this up. We'll take this one and move it down here. So instead of having things 2 lines apart, I've now got them happening 3 lines apart. I'll move this one up. This one is already 3 lines from the base of this, and this one will need to go there in order to get them looking right. Use the squares to work out how much separation you need. This grid, I've got it in metric, and each of these squares is 1 centimetre or 10 millimetres, which is a little bit less than ½ an inch. That's a fairly comfortable separation to have. Text is always more easy to read if there's a bit of space from one line to the next, so don't get them too close together. This is all, of course, with my stitching being of medium-sized letters. Let's have a look a bit bigger letters. Go back to the home screen, and this time I'm going to go for large letters and go OK. They're on the line at the moment. I've copied it. I need to move it up. But the idea, we already know, is to make sure you give yourself enough space underneath. I'm not sure if that's enough space. Let me have a look. And at 4 squares or 40 millimeters, it is actually fitting. If you are doing things that are all lowercase, it then changes a bit again. So what I need to do is to get 4 separation between the bottom of that one and this one. So I've got to keep going down. You can see that's not going to fit. So essentially what you need to do is to work out how much separation there needs to be between lines for you to get the lower end of lowercase letters in, and then make sure that you put the bottom of most of the letters at that separation. You'll notice that I'm using the arrows to move it, not pulling. I could actually pull these things, but if I do, I'm going to not have the embroidery in the middle. If I want these all over at the left, then I highlight them and use the arrows to move them all to the left. Let's try now with different sizes. You can see how small that is. When you're doing things that are multiple different sizes, as long as you've got them lined up vertically and they look okay, that's probably as good as you need to get. It might, in this particular case, there's a bit over 1 square between the bottom of the Y and the top of the lowercase lettering. It might make sense to move that a little bit higher, but that really becomes a your choice thing. As much as you want to play with it until it looks like something you want to be looking at forever is up to you. So what are the takeaways? Use your edit screen. That way you've got the opportunity to move things around until you're happy with them before you actually commit to fabric. If you've learned something about your machine today, please give me a thumbs up and I'll see you next time.